대륙간 탄도로켓 장착용.
On September 3rd, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea conducted its sixth and most powerful nuclear test. Then 12 days later, the DPRK fired another ballistic missile over Japan.
The nuclear and missile tests by DPRK have created great instability and tension on the Korean peninsula, throughout the region and beyond.
Since its first nuclear test in 2006, Pyongyang has violated 8 rounds of sanctions imposed by the UN. Sanctions that target materials for nuclear and ballistic missile programs, heavy weapons, military vehicles, financial transactions, and even seafood and luxury goods. So why haven't these UN Security Council sanctions worked? Experts say one reason is that countries that trade with the DPRK have not done enough to stop sanctioned exports. The other reason is simply because those sanctions were not strong enough.
So if you rank sanctions against Iran, Cuba, Myanmar, and North Korea, historically the North Korean sanctions have been the weakest.
Previous calls for tougher sanctions were resisted by China and Russia, who have been more in favor of a diplomatic approach. But as missile and nuclear tests piled up, rare unity emerged within the Security Council. In February, China suspended coal imports from the DPRK. And then in August and September, following the latest nuclear and ballistic missile tests, the Security Council took it even further.
Oil is the lifeblood of North Korea's effort to build and deliver a nuclear weapon. Today's resolution reduces almost 30% of oil provided to North Korea by cutting off over 55% of its gas, diesel, and heavy fuel oil.
Haley says that the latest sanctions aim to slash about $1.3 billion from the DPRK's annual trade revenues. That's more than a third. But sanctions are not a guarantee, which is why some hope that this UN General Assembly might give diplomacy a fighting chance in averting military confrontation. Li Ling Tan, CGTN, New York.